What up, Zoo?
Yeah,
Hey, hey, do you have somewhere that you can set the camera down?
yeah.
Bro, okay, so we just gonna do a quick like 10
Okay.
minute interview, and then I'm gonna ask you some questions about you as a student in China. First off, to get the podcast started, this is a digital storytelling podcast by Jared Roth, professional dunker, and you want to introduce yourself, Zoo?
Okay, no problem.
Tell them your name and your age and where you're from.
My name is Xu. My name is Gongwei Xu, and you can call me David. And I'm 20 years old. I'm from China. Yeah,
What city in China?
Taizhou, Zhejiang.
Okay. We're going to be talking about my experience traveling to China and how I met you. Also, let's tell them about that briefly. Um, Tell them how you met me at the basketball game.
Pardon?
You was at the basketball game and you see me dunk for the first time.
I'm the maybe I'm the manager here, and our boss invite you to make a dunk show in our games. So I see you. Most memorable dunk in China. How did you feel?
So my most memorable dunk in China was a tie between both 2.91 meters dove between the legs. The first one being at the Shanghai Adidas Rucker Park, and the second one being at the Dunk King Gym. I measured both. It was both 2.91 meters exactly, which is the highest officially measured for the dove between the legs dunk. I also was able to do a behind the back from the free throw line dunk, and able to do, between the legs windmill
Mm-hmm.
from the free throw line. But for sure, the double between the legs and just that, so I could know that I could keep going higher with it and keep working towards it on 10 feet.
Okay, that's good. The next question. Did you host any coaching clinics in China?
Yeah, so the coaching clinic that I did while I was in China was after our basketball practice. There was a youth team involved with my agent, and there was about 15 kids, and they were between age 6 to age 10, and I put them through an athletic series of movements, dribbling the basketball, working on their explosiveness, their footwork, working on their hopping and their core strength, how to stretch their feet, and really just being able to teach as much as I could in a really short amount of time to these students.
Okay, and the next question. Work is say needed for double between the legs dunk.
For the double between the legs dunk, what was needed was a lot of hard work and discipline. I would find myself going to the gym, which was about a quarter mile from the hotel I was staying at in Pudong, Shanghai, China. I would walk to the gym very late, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., to work on my body, to lift weights, to make sure I'm working on my running drills and doing things that, even though it seems, I'll be willing to do these type of things to achieve a dunk like the double chin legs.
That's good. You're so hard, I know. The next, can you compare behind the back free throw line dunk to anyone?
The behind the back free throw line dunk is a very unique dunk because it's a new dunk
Yeah.
to me, a dunk that's only been completed by me so far. Behind the back free throw line, I have been working on that a couple years. So the first people I think of when I think of the behind the back from the free throw line would be Zach Levine and James White. who would commonly be known for between the legs from the free throw line, and just seeing how we progressed from Michael Jordan's double clutch to now Jared Roth. I'm doing behind the back from the free throw line, between the legs, windmill from the free throw line, a variety of sorts. So it's a lot of fun um, to set the bar where people haven't seen these type of dunks being done.
Oh, okay. What was the food they like?
The food for me, the food was mostly like KFC and pizza almost every day. Like I I'll really be I'll order these hamburgers. They was like Wagyu 100% beef hamburgers at KFC. Then they had some like a chicken box, and then the pizza. But I did eat Chinese food only twice while I was in China for about a month and a half. I only ate it twice with the team of basketball dunkers. So I don't think I learned too much about the cuisine, but I did try like lobster and a lot of different like weird fish and like stuff that I wouldn't probably normally eat. They had me eating like biting into stuff and laughing at me and what I was eating and stuff like that. So um, it was a different flavors, but I don't think I really got to eat as much as I could. I want to go back and try the food.
Okay. What cities did you turn at, and what were the audiences like?
So the cities that I toured at, we were in Shanghai, then we went to Zhaoshan Island, which is an island off of Shanghai. Then we went to Taizhou City. Then we went to Cagnon, and um, and then I went to Hangzhou, and I went back to Shanghai. So I went, going to several different cities. It was a lot of fun. Number one, for being a whole different part of the world, you feel different. You're in a different world. You're in a whole different realm. Everything is different. The people is different. The environment, the energy of the aura of the environment, you just feel different. So, you know, being able to experience these different cities of people wanting to meet me, to take pictures, autographs, and share their experiences with me, and share their love and their respect and the open arms to, like with you, you helped me a lot while I was in China, especially the first few weeks, with being able to just where to get basic needs, where to find basic directions, um, how to have help with a translator if I needed help for a translator for serious or just basic matters. You was there as a friend. So to be able to go there and find genuine friends in China, that's what I'm really thankful for. And and yeah, those was the cities I went to. I look forward to going to more. I have the next city planned, and I'll be going back there shortly to the next city.
Okay. And what was your main reason in traveling to China?
So my main reason traveling to China was literally following my dream. About 5 years ago, I had a dream of being outside in the outside court in China and experiencing this environment that I could only imagine. So to go there and to literally follow my dream and to see the fans in China, to see the love for basketball and appreciation for dunking that is that of a different level that I'm used to in the United States, is something that I love. This the embrace of street ball culture, the fascination with dunking, of of people looking at people that could dunk the basketball. Like, you could actually be a dunker there and a basketball player. Like, you could really be both, because a lot of people are entertained and they respect dunking. So in the United States, it's still working towards that. But over there, a lot of people love dunking. They love basketball.
Okay. And what was the best part about China?
The best part about China was just how I felt being in China. The just the feeling of love, the the feeling of being in a new place, of being around new people, of sharing the cultural differences and coming together to, find what you have in common and still share humor. And like the thing about communication is it's 90% is nonverbal. So even if I need, a lot of times I had to use a translator on the phone if I'm going somewhere or buying things at places, but a lot of communication is nonverbal anyway. So I'm able to communicate. I'm able to point at things. I'm able to create gestures with my hands. I'm able to, still share humor of what is funny between people. And especially through the game of basketball too, to share. That's why sports is so great. It's through movement I could communicate. Through me doing these gestures, I could communicate with people very easily, whether or not we speak the same language. They see me dunk, and it says a lot.
Okay. Connecting China sports to USA sports top athletes. Working with them, what it was like.
So connecting China to USA sports, um, for one, China and the USA was the top two countries in the Olympics. So China and USA being the top two countries in the Olympics, they was tied for gold medals. You're talking about two powerhouses for sports, China and USA, being that both countries is very supreme athletically and the top level of athletes, whether it's displayed in gymnastics or athletics or basketball with the CBA, what they've done with street ball and dunking to have so many different street ball teams, different dunking organizations to be entertained by basketball. I also learned how big table tennis and other sports like tennis are in China. So it's not just about basketball, but basketball is huge. I love basketball so much. There is something that's so unique.
Okay. What was it like interacted with the fans?
Interacting with the fans, for me, it's the my favorite part, because like being on somebody that dunks on social media, I don't feel like we really truly get an opportunity to interact with fans and to touch people, to give them a high five, to give them a hug, to shake people's hands, to sign something, to exchange words, to exchange respect and greeting and I think that's important when you're traveling to interact that way because you're bringing your love from the USA to China. So the way that I interact with people that see me, and if I notice somebody walking by, they might recognize me. I feel like that's my obligation to go over there and introduce myself in a way that I could give them a lasting impact to remember me in a positive way, that they met. I could be the first foreigner that they ever met or talked to that whole day. A lot of people don't speak English there, so only 1% of people speak English. So if they meet a foreigner and I do happen to meet someone that can speak English or that can translate for a friend that I meet, then that's an opportunity for me to be a representation of myself, my legacy, my family in the USA. So I'm going to be respectful and I'm going to show a lot of love.
Okay. Do you believe you are the best 1 foot dunker ever?
So for the best 1 feet dunker ever, I do feel like I'm the best 1 foot dunker ever. The people that I would say is like in the building is, Michael Jordan, James White, Zach LaVine, DDP, Worm, 1 feet God is up there. But Jared Roth, I got number one 1 feet dunker based on, double tunnels on 2.91 meters. Did that twice, indoors and outdoors. Also had completed it in the past on that same height. Been the closest double tuna leg since 2014, so that's over 10 years in the making on that dunk. JR leg behind 6 times off Batuna legs from the free throw line at 6'3", windmill from the free throw line at 6'3", casually, doing Michael Jordan dunks in Chicago Bulls Stadium from the free throw line. To be jumping from the free throw line for 12 years straight consistently, to do all the type of time allows and behind the back variations and spinning dunks that I've executed, I do feel like I'm the best 1 feet dunker. And off the dribble, I don't think I do the best spins off 1 feet, but I think I do the best linear, like in a straight line. But off 1 or 2 feet, I feel like I've done the hardest dunks off 2 feet. A 720 dunk, I'm spinning twice. So for somebody to spin twice off the dribble, off the backboard 360 between the legs dozens of times, and just the level of difficulty of my dunks overall off 1 or 2 feet, that's why I think I'm the best off 1 or 2 feet and off 1 feet.
Okay, and how to book more performances?
So to book more performances, it has a lot to do with just keeping up the work that you're doing, remembering that there's always somebody watching, there's always an opportunity ahead. So by demonstrating a high level of work, a high level of discipline and work ethic, the right opportunity comes around.
Okay. How was your mental health in China?
My mental health was good. However, it got more poor at some times due to just like the change in environment, and things can be different culturally or financially, being in an area where it's different. Most people, the wages are different. The basketball market is very competitive, so um, there's a there's a sense of anxiety based on the overpopulation and the wages that you experience being in China. That can, for me, I started to feel like, because I don't know, like you could get sad if you're around people who are sad and stuff. So I feel like I was around, I don't know if it was the area I was at, but my mental health did slightly suffer towards the last few weeks in China, although I was performing at the highest level possible. So it was interesting to see. It also could have been with me being alone, the type of hotel I was in, the type of area I was in, who I was interacting with. There's more than one thing, but for me, those are things to look at for have a more successful trip when traveling to a different country or being in China. Having a plan, having people to hang out with and to do activities with, and going to places I want to see and doing what I really want to do when I set out to go there. So,
What was daily spending like in China?
daily spending in China was around $30 a day, 30 to $40 a day.
Okay. And the last question, how did you balance school with a sporter?
So balancing school with sports was actually very difficult, and one of the reasons I came back to the USA for the last 2 weeks to finish my schooling for the University of Arizona. With the digital storytelling class, I really had a lot of fun with the writing. I really enjoy writing. It just makes me feel accomplished whenever I write a very detailed paper and I get exactly what I want to illustrate down on paper. So I love to write, and that's why I think this class has been a lot of fun too.
Okay. And there's all the questions.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you. You being a student in China first. Let's get your name again, your first and last name, so they hear it once again, and tell them your city in China.
Yeah, I'm Xu Gongwei, and I'm from China, Zhejiang, Taizhou. Okay,
From
Zhejiang, Taizhou,
Taizhou.
China. Yeah, Taizhou.
So he represents Taizhou. So this
Yeah.
is one of the three main cities. You got to see me. You seen a JR leg behind dunk. I was like about half an inch from making the dunk. I had a couple very close attempts, and you actually filmed a lot of my art and sent it. We took photos after the game. So how did you hear about that USA versus Serbia game, and what made you want to go to that basketball game?
Um. Um. I'm work here, and our boss invite your team and the Serbia team to our account or our gym, and
Yeah.
I'm work here. Okay.
Okay. So you aren't just a fan, like you are working.
Yeah.
Okay. So I I thought we just met and you were just like my new friend that I met from the crowd, but actually you were working the event.
Um, Not really because I'm not work here, and I just maybe teach some students maybe 6 years old to 8 years old to play basketball, and I'm not working here
Okay.
now.
So in Taizo, you're in school right now.
Yeah.
Tell me about school and how much you've done with school like this so far. How's it been in China? Like what's it like being in college in Taizo, China?
Um, Pardon?
What's it like being in school in Taizo, China? Like how much time or effort is needed for the school there?
I My school is Taizhou College, and I think my school my school is good.
Is it difficult? Is the classes difficult or like medium? Like how do you feel? Like do you have to put a lot of effort into the schoolwork?
um, I think is medium, and I think everyone should be hard for their schoolwork, you know. So
Yeah.
I must be hard be hard.
So have you always believed in the importance of school or working hard in education?
Um, yes.
So that's good. And what year of college are you in right now and what are you studying?
I'm the second, uh, and I learned English and wait a minute, I learned e-commerce. You know,
Oh, I can hear you now. What year are you in? Freshman year, sophomore year?
yeah. The sophomore
So-
year,
Sophomore year. And what are you studying in Taijo College?
I commerce, e-commerce.
E-commerce.
Uh,
Okay. So what's your goal with e-commerce and this degree? Like what are you trying to accomplish?
I want to learn more about how to earn money online, and we learn so many about that, such as how to set a website, and maybe how to let more people know uh, our our things, and how to let more people know. You know, so I want to make make our things can be sell. So
Now, I heard that because I talked to a lot of students, athletes that would reach out to me that would ask about, jumping advice, and they happen to be students, most of them, and they would say, "Oh, I'm so busy with classes, or I'm so stressed out, or I have 10 hours of school a day." Now, is it true that some of the students have 10 hours of school per day?
yeah, most of them is, and maybe they are per more.
Even more than 10 hours of school
Yeah, yeah.
per week? How much hours per week do you think that you spend on school?
I think I spend on school maybe 8 hours every day, and I will pay 40 hours every week in my school.
So basically 100 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So thank you for taking the time out to do this podcast. I know we're busy with school right now in the middle of October. Right now, finishing up this digital storytelling class. So thank you for helping me finish up this class. Also, is there is there something that you what do you think about the relationship between China and USA, and what it's like meeting a foreigner, or like how do you feel, like what is it like for a Chinese citizen to meet someone from a different country? Like what are your thoughts about that?
Um, I think most of Chinese people and US people are peace. Uh, and I can't say more.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah, I understand. So, how was it when you went to the lake? I know that you went to that lake to celebrate. I happened to be in the same city. I just missed you. Um, but how was the celebration? It was in Hangzhou, right?
Yeah.
What do they do for the festival of the autumn festival there? Can you talk about it to explain it to people here?
Autumn Festival.
Yeah, like what can you explain that celebration?
中秋快乐. Is Happy the Autumn Festival.
Okay. And what do people usually do there? They like go, they gather together to eat food or stuff like that?
They always eat the mooncake. It's a Chinese
Mooncake.
food.
Okay. Yeah, I got to see a different lake in Hangzhou that was near a mall, and they had like a small lighting celebration there, and I was walking by. That was pretty cool. Um, there were so many people at the mall there. Like I had never actually been around that many people at a mall. And Hangzhou is really not even the biggest city there. And the difference that I noticed though between Shanghai and Hangzhou was there was more international tourists in Shanghai. Like you'll maybe see some Europeans there, or not that many Americans, maybe some Europeans or people from different parts of Asia. But in Hangzhou, it was very densely populated of Chinese people. So you were really an outcast, to be looked at, as somebody that doesn't look like everybody else, as very easily, when you see them, you know that they're not from the same place. So, um, another question I want to ask you is, what's your experience with sports and basketball and talk about your passion about basketball a little bit.
Um, I think I had learned basketball from maybe 8 years, and I joined so many games from the from maybe 10 years ago, and I think basketball can make me more happy when I'm sad, and basketball uh, is medicine for me, and can make me maybe have more passion, you know.
Yeah. Oh, next time I go to China, I'm gonna definitely be in contact with you. Thank you so much for helping me with my social media and helping me for that odd exchange that I had went through in my first few weeks. So, I'm appreciative meeting you. Also, taking your time to help with this podcast. The class is called Digital Storytelling. The other classes I'm in are interdisciplinary studies, sports psychology, and then I'm in a business ethics class. So my classes are actually finishing tonight. This is going to complete the course. And thank you, Zoo. I'm going to be in contact over the next week. And for when I head back to China, that way we could be in touch and really, keep collaborating on our basketball efforts and our schooling efforts, and keep up your hard work with school.
Okay, thank you, Jar.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, peace.
Peace.